It's Drake from DrakeTV Beyblade, and today we're going to be making Hoya's launcher.
But first, we have a few shout outs to give. The first one is to a guy named
Cal Osborne.
Hi Cal, thank you for watching, and I believe Cal may have been our first subscriber. So we appreciate you watching us, Cal. And the next one is to a guy who's just been leaving some really nice comments. He has a channel of his own, so be sure to check it out. And his name is
Prestige Fafnir.
Hi. And the last one is to the guy who actually requested this video for us to build this launcher. He has a channel as well, and his name is
Red Eye Edits.
All right. Hi everyone. Hope you
know
enjoy.
what? I subscribe to your channel.
Oh yeah, Drake actually watches Red Eye Edits occasionally, so that's pretty cool. So now I'm going to go over the shopping list for what you will need to have to be able to build this launcher. All right. First thing is the Excalibur Force Extreme starter set. And for that, you will get this yellow right spinning string launcher, because Free De La Hoya's launcher is actually this body here with a red pull string and a red ring here. For those other parts, you will need to buy the Takara Tomy Lost Long and His Gold Dragon set. That will give you this nice black and red string launcher left spinning. And you will also need a basic launcher grip, as well as the Baylogger Plus. Some call it the God Baylogger. Looks like this with the gold label here. When all these things are combined, you end up with Free De La Hoya's launcher. Now we are going to turn it over to Drake's dad and let him show you exactly how to do this. All right, without further ado, Drake's dad.
Hey everybody. As Drake's mom mentioned earlier, what we're going to use today to make Free's launcher is the combination of these two launchers. The first thing that we're going to need to do is take these completely apart so that we can interchange their parts. You'll use a Phillips screwdriver to remove the 4 Phillips screws from the first launcher. Now that you've removed the 4 screws, this section can be disassembled. You may hear that funny noise that just happened. That is actually the spring that retracts the launcher string, the cord, when you pull it out. There's also a very small cover that sits on top of these 2 gears inside the launcher itself. That can be popped off, and we'll need to do that also. You'll remove the string from the launcher, and you'll remove the launcher mechanism. The next thing that we're going to do is take this launcher apart and follow the exact same instructions. It's got 4 screws in it as well, and you'll use a Phillips screwdriver to remove those. You should also make sure to keep your parts separated. All right, and we'll take this one apart as well. All right, now that you've taken this apart, you'll notice that each one of these discs that the cords are attached to also have a very small arrow printed on the top of it. That arrow shows you the direction that this particular mechanism winds in. This is also how you'll know the difference between a left spinning launcher and a right spinning launcher. So in order to make freeze launcher, we're going to need to use different pieces from the Los Longinus launcher in conjunction with different pieces from the Excalibur Force Extreme launcher. We're going to start by taking, oops, I missed a part. So you also need to remove this cover, and that pops right off. And you'll need to remove the cover on this side as well. Alright, these are completely disassembled now. In order to make freeze, we're going to start with the bottom portion of the launcher from the Excalibur Force Extreme. And we're going to first add the red section from the Los Longinus launcher. The next step is going to be to actually insert the pull string from the Los Longinus launcher, which spins left, into the housing for the other one. Right, as you can see, that fits straight in. There's also a very small notch in the bottom of this that this little piece on the back side here fits into. But it's important to make sure that we wind it first so that the string will go back after we pull it. So let's make sure that the string is wound completely. Insert it into the bay, to the launcher body. All right, and if you'll notice, there's a very small silver rod that this string should go around the outside of so that it doesn't get caught up in the gears when you're launching. As you can see, it runs around the outside of the rod and out through the front of where the string comes out. That small brass piece should go right in the front and sits kind of on a notch so that the string doesn't move around too much as the launcher is pulled. All right, so right now we actually have a left spinning Beyblade launcher. Couple things that we'll need to do here to ensure that it works well all the time. If you lift up the very top of this, as so, you'll then use your flathead screwdriver to turn this in the direction that the arrow is pointing in. And you can see that arrow right there. You'll use your screwdriver to turn in that direction, and what that does is winds the spring located inside the launcher, giving it tension. A few turns, and then you can set it back in place. You may need to line up your string, your pulley again. All right, but now that it's set in place, there's tension on this so that the string doesn't come out. All right, the next step is going to be to put this small piece back inside the top portion of this gear, not the one that the spring is inserted in, but in this one that actually connects it to where you attach your bay. All right, you'll use this, we'll use this black cover. Is going to go back on top of this, and this holds everything in place on the inside, and it just fits right back down and snaps into place. Yep. And if that happens and your string falls out, you just realign the little brass piece, snap it back where it needs to go. Now we can put the top back on, press that down firmly, and you'll replace the 4 screws that you took out the first time. The 2 longer screws go in the holes that are closest to the string pulley. And the 2 shorter screws go in the back side. All right, now we're going to attach the launcher grip as well as the bay logger. And here you have free De La Hoya's left spinning string launcher. All right, Drake, it's done. You want to give it a try? Let's have a battle, make sure it works.
Fafnir. Drain Fafnir.
So you're going to use Drain Fafnir, and I brought Jaeger Yggdrasil. All right, let's do this.
3, 2, 1, go.
Draw. Let's go again.
Let's go again. Set. Oh, Daddy's not on there.
Oh, thank you.
Set. 3, 2, 1, go. Come on, still have a spin.
Another draw. All right, one more.
One more. Set. 3, 2, 1. Yes, I win.
Drake and Fafnir are victorious. All right, we had a lot of fun putting this together. Thanks for watching, and I hope you like and subscribe. We've got some more content coming soon. Let us know down in the comments if there's any other customs you would like to see us put together and do any tutorials on. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.